On Taste of Anime Afterthought, Noblesse, Episode 7, That Girl on My Mind is an Aristocrat. Unforgettable. Was anyone else left completely disheartened by today's episode? I mean, the writing was on the wall, but to actually see it come to fruition, it hit so freaking hard. And I understand, like I said, it's a necessity. As Toshiro says multiple times in today's episode, these people truly live in a different world, and it's just not safe for mere mortals to be intertwined with that of nobles. I mean, for their safety, with the litany of possibilities that can become from, once again, being taken as hostages, tortured for information, erasing their memories or rewriting them has to happen. My brain knows that, but my heart, it was crushed by that realization. And even in hindsight, my own interpretation of today's episode actually makes it even more sad, because looking back, the entire first episode is almost just a facade. These two mere mortals know the truth about these supernatural beings, and what does the episode consist of? Trying to hook Toshiro up with Seira. Like, I was so blindsided by how mundane everything was and how everyone was seemingly going along with what was on, the plate. Even the newly recruited Tao and Takeo, who have taken up positions of security guards at the school, are in on trying to make this love connection happen. Tao doing his research and Takeo trying to put on a brave front. Hell, even Rizel is behind the possibility of their relationship, even going as far as commanding using his mind control on Regis to help. But when it came down to it, all the research, advice, and even the handwritten love letter didn't seem like enough. Toshiro had to go above and beyond. He had to show his value as a human, and the one thing he is good at, that he excels at, is sports. Of course, this is when you're not playing against fucking monsters. Now, while this does lead us to a very entertaining sequence, this whole basketball game where you find out that Regis is a legit baller, M21 got skills, and Rai's just, well, Rai's Rai. You can tell that he's been sleeping for over 800 years. And even that last minute shot block by Takeo to Toshiro, and then a full court shot, buzzer beater that completely trounces any attempt from Toshiro to show off his worth. I gotta say, the school day still ends in his favor. Somehow that discarded love letter had found its way to Seira, and it seems that she acknowledges and maybe even can reciprocate his feelings. This is the first time Toshiro and Manaba even say it, that she is smiling in the series. It gives us hope. It gives Toshiro hope of a possible connection between these two. A girl he thought that was completely out of his league, literally out of his world. There may be a chance for those two. But with once again everyone convening in a Frankenstein, the atmosphere takes a serious turn. And this juxtaposition has cemented my feelings for today's episode. As once again Toshiro and Manaba are brought before these superior beings, their plans are laid out. The next step is to once again rewrite their memories, acknowledging the fact that they're in a very precarious situation. This is not the first but second time that they have been brought into one of their conflicts, and I understand why Toshiro and Manaba are completely overwhelmed at this point, truly not knowing the scope of what this means. Will I be myself? Will I still have the same feeling towards everyone that I have, not knowing that you guys risked your lives to save us? It just doesn't seem fair. When they turned to Rai and he was like, of course I want this to happen, like my soul dropped out of my body. I mean, yes, like I said multiple times in this video, it makes sense. It's the right thing to do. You're not really erasing memories, you're just altering them. Like I said, it has so many positives, but to see it actually take place, where even though they know the truth that these people are supernatural beings, they were so nonchalant, they never even brought it up until the very end of the episode. Like, of course we know that you guys aren't normal beings, but what does that matter? Like, to have the truth and to see it get taken away, like, I know it has to happen, but I also have to call on the fact that in less than 7 episodes, 8 episodes including the OVA, they have been in 2 supernatural conflicts already. You've already altered their memories once, so what do you think another one's gonna do? Anyways, to see them the next day be so oblivious as to what happened and everyone else around them know the truth, it's weird. Okay, this has got to be like the 10th take on doing this, because I keep trying to word it the way I'm feeling. The juxtaposition in such a light, warm first half, followed by that gut-wrenching second half with a pain in the pit of my stomach. And I gotta say, it just feels like Tashiro and Monoba are children and everyone else is the parents placating them for what's to be a traumatic experience. Hey, you're going to the dentist, you're gonna have a tooth ripped out, so let me go ahead and buy you ice cream in a video game you want today. Was that what their motives were? I can't tell. I don't know what's left of Tashiro and Monoba. Does Monoba still have that respectful nature between him and Tao? Has the feelings between Tashiro and Seira been altered? I don't know. That look from Seira to Tashiro at the end gave me inspiration that it wasn't just a facade. They really truly tried to help Tashiro out at the very beginning. But of course, only time will tell if that was true. Like I said, today's episode left me with a mixed bag of emotions. I am absolutely in love with the first half, yet that second half, depending on how you look at it, can alter the feeling of the first. I mean, talk about a fucking roller coaster ride. Oh my god. But I guess it just goes to show you that in as little as 8 episodes, I have completely fallen for all these characters. Like, there is a true emotional connection that I have with them. Like, I don't want to see them in this type of position ever again. But I highly doubt it's gonna be the last time. And then the post-credit scene. Obviously, the organization that Regis and Seira are with are still there. I mean, they have to report to somebody, right? They're not there on their own whim. They're investigating the coffin, and we learn that the last report given to this organization is the fact that they met someone that may in fact be a noble as well. Like, that leaves some, you know, regards for concern. Like, hey, no more reports, and the last one they left off is they might have met another noble. Like, we don't know the noble's intentions, and we don't know they're all pure and good and look over humanity. But I have to say, they give us a glimpse of a lot of interesting characters. We see several nobles in hoods, as well as one just on a throne called Lord, and then we see an older man, Getchusel? You know what, let me in the comments how to pronounce that. That was fucking weird. I tried to slow it down and listen to it and then read it, and it's weird. Anyways, like I said, this series has been a phenomenal watch. The production value is badass. I mean, look at the episode itself. Like, the fucking basketball scene, that's like, that'll make Kuroko no Basket fucking blush. Like, that was a really good looking episode, but just the emotional impact and toll it took on me, whew, I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go watch, you know, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something to get my mind off this. Anyways, with all that being said and them gearing up for more nobles to enter the fray, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.